Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel and welcome back into another video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing my experience with a food allergy test, or the main food allergy test that you get typically when you're trying to see if you're allergic to foods. And some of the things that we're going to discuss is why did I get the allergy test, the process and experience of it, and then talk to you guys about the future and what's been going on with my health issues. Um, to get right into the video, I decided to get an allergy test, right? Because I started suffering again back from my gastro issues, right? My acid reflux has been going crazy lately. It turns out that I have stomach inflammation from CT scan that I did with oral contrast, and when I got the results back, it turned out that I had stomach inflammation in the lining of the stomach. So I was like, what if, I'm allergic to some foods? I've never been tested for food allergies. I have been tested for like the environmental allergies and stuff, seasonal and whatnot. And thank God I'm not allergic to that. So I was like, why not get an allergy test? Because I don't know if I'm allergic to something or I'm having some type of reaction, right? To take you guys back into the past, when I was 8 years old, and then again when I was 18, I had a really bad experience with like a whole bunch of bumps and like hives and just all over my head, my neck, my back, and my arms. I mean, when I was 8 back in El Salvador, they took me to like the ER over there, and I had to get 8 shots, 8 injections to fix my allergies. I don't know what caused it, what caused the reaction. I had no idea. And then again, when I was 18, something similar to that happened. And I was just like, yo, is this like a 10-year trend or something? But I was here in the States. And in the States, of course, everything, the technology is so much more advanced that they only put like one shot of, I don't even know what it was, to be honest, but it took care of everything, right? And I know that's the only time that I've really felt like I've had an allergic reaction to something, but I don't know what it was, right? So I decided to go to my ENT. I talked to him about some gastro issues that I'm having, but also like throat issues that I've been having. I'm not sure it's being caused by the acid reflux or other gastric juices. So I went to the ENT. We did some testings. And right now, currently, we're doing more testings. But one of the testings that we're doing is an ultrasound of my throat, of my thyroid gland, and also we're going to get a CT scan with dye as well of my neck. So that's coming up next. By the way, this is why I actually got one today. The CT scan. I mean the ultrasound, and I have this today. I need to take that off. Anyways, so we decided. I was like, you know what? Can you refer me to an allergist or somebody that can at least I can have on record that I'm tested for allergies. So I don't want my issues to get worsened by something that I'm eating, whether it's a light allergy. Most likely would be something that would be light, nothing crazy, because I've never had really crazy episodes from what I eat, but we'll see, right? One interesting thing though, actually I'll tell you that, guys, in a little bit. But anyways, so we did the test, and at the beginning when you get there, I guess I'll discuss the process. They give you like a plus and minus sign, and they hit you with two little, they kind of like, I wouldn't say prick you, but these two little like pellets, and they put some type of it's a positive and negative. It essentially, what they told me the reason was to see if my body and my skin reacts to an allergy. So when they do the 25 pellets, then they should be able to see if I have a reaction, right? If my body, because some people, you can put like that reaction, that reactant or whatever, and they don't get their skin doesn't show any reaction, but sometimes they still might be allergic. So I guess that made sense. Although, like, to be honest, they prick you pretty hard, man. It's like these little pallets that have like sharp pointy things at the end, and to be honest, it hurts just a little bit. It feels like a sting. But yeah, I think it's purposely made that so you can bleed a little bit, because I've bled in both sides a little bit. I don't know if they did it too hard, but it's not really painful, but you can feel it like that sting, right? So I talked to my doctor, and by the way, she was very knowledgeable in regards to the Neeson surgeries and the link surgery. Amazingly, I was surprised. I even told her, I was like, you are very aware of, gastro procedures, right? Because I wouldn't expect that from an allergist. But I'm assuming because it has to do with the stomach or allergies and what you consume. Then she's very she has a lot of information when it comes to that. But she was aware of like the Lynx procedure, the Neeson procedure, and it was easy to talk to her, which I loved because it's just you don't have to explain so much to a doctor, and it doesn't become kind of overwhelming to that point, right? So I explained to her what was going on and what happened. I wanted to get checked to see if I'm allergic to something, and eventually went through with the test. They put 25 little, I will call them pellets, I'm not sure this is the right name, but 25, and I can show you guys in the picture of my arm of what it looked like. And they tested me for the basic things, right? The eggs, the wheat, the milk, and 20 something other things, the nuts and whatnot. They tested me for all of that, to see if I was allergic to something. And that's something that at least I wanted to see if it was a peace of mind. She thought it was a good idea just to get, tested as well because of everything that I've been suffering from and everything that I've been going through, which in her mind, it also made sense. And I was like, well, great, and if I don't suffer from anything, then we can move on to the next thing. So they did that. I went outside of like the little sitting area for about 20 minutes or so, maybe, to see if anything would catch a reaction. And once I came back in and they measured, some of the bumps that I had, some of them seemed like the same size. I think a couple of them are a little bit bigger, but she didn't think that it was anything that of concern. So I went through the whole testing, and it turned out that I wasn't really um, allergic to any of the basic things that they test you for when you do an allergy test. Right? Again, um, um, the eggs, the nuts, and etc. and whatnot. So, which is it's a positive. She did say though, she said, "I'm sorry that we couldn't find anything really." But then again, it is a positive that I don't have any major allergies, which that's okay. It's better to have that peace of mind at this point, especially after suffering from GERD issues. After I don't know, I mean, going into 8, 9 years now, and this is my first time I've ever done a food allergy test. One thing I will say though, she did mention that there is a rare diagnosis where where you eat something and that certain food causes you to have acid reflux. But in order for that to get tested, you have to do an endoscopy and you have to get a biopsy. I don't know the name exactly of it. She told me, but I don't know what it is. But there is a certain type of I wouldn't call it disease, but um, health issue that when you do eat certain type of food, that it causes your stomach to have some type of reaction, and it gives you more um, acid reflux and things of that nature. Now it's not a trigger food. We all have different trigger foods, but it's an actual like type of health issue that some people suffer from. Very rare, she mentioned, very rare, but something to be aware of. If you guys are interested in looking into my information, then you can do your research more on that, which I thought was pretty interesting. Now I'm set to have an endoscopy eventually to get my biopsy for my stomach because again, if you remember in my past videos, I got tested um, for the CT scan with the oral contrast, and it turned out that my stomach was inflamed. It was inflamed. So I have stomach inflammation, and we'll see how that goes. But I saw a gastro doctor, and he said that he wanted to do an endoscopy. I don't want to go through with it, but at this point, I'm suffering so much from my gastro issues, and I mean, my throat just has been, having that lump in my throat sensation, the acid that I'm feeling. I feel like the PPIs are not helping, so I'm thinking it's something else. I don't know what, so that's the reason I want to go through with it, and I also want to do a biopsy to make sure to see what's causing any issues, right? So that's when that's where I'm going thinking about doing next when it comes to that. But at the moment, again, I still have left the scan, the CT scan with dye, so they can see my neck to see that, to make sure that nothing crazy is going on in my throat because of the issues that I've been complaining about for the several months now. After I had, that chest episode, that shortness of breath episodes that I ended up going to the ER for. Yeah, that's the reason I'm getting everything in check and trying to get back in order. So hopefully in the near future, I have answer for you guys, or maybe I start feeling better. But at the moment, man, I'm telling you, these issues when it comes to my throat, the lump sensation feeling, burning, it feels like nothing helps. Even if I looked at after my diet, even if I take PPIs, even if I take Pepsid afterwards, I feel like nothing's really helping. So something's getting out of hand, and we're trying to find answers for that at the moment, because it has been a struggle for sure. So I'll keep you guys updated on everything. This was just my short experience on having, a food allergy test. Thank God I'm not allergic to anything of, the basic foods that you kind of eat every day. Um, Now, she told me that, because one last thing, I mentioned her to her about having some type of, to see if I have like any type of intolerance, or to see if I was sensitive to any foods. But she told me that sensitive testings are not really like an actual thing, like a medical thing, right? There are some testings you can find online, and some other, functional medicine doctors do to see if you are resistant to something. But in the realm of just healthcare, there isn't actual studies to see like if food sensitivity is an actual thing. Does that make sense? This falls more on like the line of like holistic healing, functional medicine, integrative medicine, all that stuff. Which, to be honest, I feel like it is accurate. I've experienced some of it before, like some type of food intolerance or something that triggers. But, when I mentioned that to her, she mentioned that, there isn't really exactly, as far as she knows, something that's really concrete when it comes to like the healthcare. Again, this is Western medicine. So there's two different ball games that, at the moment they haven't met. It's like oil and water kind of thing at the moment. But just to give you guys a more of a heads up of some of the things that I ask, and hopefully you guys can be aware of that situation as well. But, if you do get something that works for you, then, definitely mention in the comment below, or comment in the section below, so everybody can know. Even I can be aware of. So this is a quick little video. I'm gonna make another video of what the process is that I've been going through lately, and some of the things that I've been suffering from, just to keep you guys updated. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. Appreciate the love. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because most of you guys that watch my videos do not subscribe to my channel. Unfortunate, guys. Unfortunate. But regardless, guys, I appreciate you guys for watching, liking, subscribing. Appreciate the love, and see you guys on the next one. Peace and love, familia. Peace.